Pastor Roy Harriger of New York is 71 years old. He's been in the business a long time, and he was recently arrested and brought up on charges for numerous sex crimes. Well, we get the news today that he was convicted of, quote, molesting his grandchildren, just as he had been accused of sexually abusing his own children years before. You want to talk about a monster. A guy who molested his children and his grandchildren. Sexually assaulted his children and grandchildren. It doesn't get much worse than that. Raw Story explains, quote, jurors in Orleans County on Monday found him guilty of molesting 2 of his grandchildren about 12 years ago. Harriger had originally been charged with molesting 3 of his grandchildren. Another 15 people in 3 states signed affidavits last year alleging that they had also been molested by Harriger as children, but most of those cases were ruled to be past the statute of limitations. At the trial, defense attorneys tried to turn the tables on Harriger's son, asking him why he had let Harriger babysit his children if he had also been abused by his father as a child. Quote, so your testimony is that you continued to expose your children to the person that sexually abused you a generation before? That's what the defense attorney asked. Quote, I was a child then. He told me he had been possessed by demons, but that God had forgiven him. He vowed he would never hurt anyone like that again, and that he would spend his life making up to what he'd done. I believed him. And that's what the response of his son was. So, yeah, this is as terrible a story as you can possibly get. And you always find that whenever you have religious figures who get caught doing these incredible crimes, the first thing they do is they hide behind their religion. They either say, I was possessed by demons, it wasn't me that did it, it was the demons that made me do it. They either trot out that bullshit line, or they say, I've seen the light, and I know that what I've done is wrong, and Jesus will stop me from wanting to rub my penis on little kids. Be afraid, man. All the holier-than-thou people, if anybody ever professes to be holier-than-thou, hide the women and children, because they're not. Usually those are the people who scream the loudest, the holy rollers, are usually the ones who have the most to hide.